what we have on the left, and especially the black left, is non-movement in perception of this country since 1960. For all intents and purposes, the left, including and especially, but not even, forget the word especially, including, of course, you can put in the words, of course, the black left, are truly living in the 1960s. And there is an emotional reason and a psychological reason, because then things were clear, and the heroes of America were civil rights workers, and there was real injustice against blacks. When there isn't real injustice against blacks, which is the state of the United States now, you have a choice. Either you realize the vast majority of the problems that afflict black America are self-inflicted. There's no black leader who will say that, because if you say that, you can't be a black leader. It's self-definitional. It removes you. So Ben Carson is removed as a possibility. Shelby Steele is removed as a possibility. Tom Sowell is removed as a possibility. Larry Elder. I mean, these are who was our fellow at Mason University? The economist. He's another example of a black who's magnificent. Walter Williams, a magnificent thinker. Black conservatives are among the most brilliant thinkers in the United States today of any color. It's so interesting. But you can't name a black liberal thinker. I guess you can say some of the columnists at the New York Times, but they're not thinkers. The latest Charles Blow column is actually, it's so juvenile and incoherent that one really doesn't have any other proper words to describe it. I will come to that later. But back to this, you see, if the problem is you have to devise ways to perceive injustice against blacks. That's part of the reason for the hysteria over Ferguson, Missouri. The left knew nothing, the right knew nothing. No one knew anything about what happened in Ferguson except that a black teenager was shot by a white policeman. That's all the left needed to know to become hysterical. Because hysteria is, if you don't get hysterical, you're not on the left. You must, whatever cause they believe in, it becomes a form of hysteria. And now there are threats, you must tell us 2 days in advance when the grand jury will come down or with its decision. What has been leaked out seems to completely support or virtually completely support the statements of the police officer. Blacks who have testified on his behalf do not want their names known. They fear for their lives. This is the United States in 2014, where a black who testifies on behalf of a white police officer fears for his life. But that's Loretta Lynch won't look into that one. Right? Eric Holder's not going to look into that one. So you have what you have here is, it is, in order to perpetuate that I'm still living in the 1960s, I have to manufacture enormous evils against blacks. Otherwise, I lose the 60s, I lose the moral high ground, I lose being a victim, and then I'm not a hero anymore. What is Loretta Lynch going to say? The truth of the matter is, there isn't much the Civil Rights or Department of Justice can do for blacks, because the issues with regards to problems in black life have nothing to do with injustice.